So what is the difference between encapsulation and data abstraction? So encapsulation is nothing but wrapping and hiding of data, while abstraction is nothing but hiding of data only. Okay. So wrapping and hiding of data is for encapsulation. Here it is only hiding the implementation part in the what? Parent or child? Only in parent. In child, we are going to implement it because we don't know what is the child class want to do. Right? As I said, if it is a minor, interest is 5%. If it is major, it is 6.5. If it is senior, it is 7. So I don't know what is your age. Right? So while encapsulation groups together data and method that act upon the data. So data and method in the sense what data is about your variable data member. For example, like what is your age? Method is what? Your depends on your age. I'm going to calculate the interest. Okay, that is method. Your age is your data member. Okay, so data extraction is dealing with exposing the interface to the user and hiding the details of implementation. So abstraction is what? Depends on your age factor. I will say it is your interest is 5%, 6.5%, 7% or whatever, right? So we are comparing both encapsulation and data abstraction. So what are the advantages of abstraction? It reduces the complexity. I can define my own method interface in the child class, and it avoids duplication of code and reusability of code. Okay, we are not going to create the duplicate code again and again. Okay, so these are the main concepts why we are using abstraction. Okay, and we'll see like where and all we can use it, what are the rules behind it. And because of this, it is secure also, right? So if somebody is calling it, it won't have an access because it is defined only within that particular parent class, child class. Okay, so here we have seen this particular example, right? I have an abstract class shape. In that I have a method abstract and I'm not defining it here. In my child class, I am defining it. Okay, and we have seen the other concept. This is a abstract class constructor where we will have the same class name. Okay, and the parameter could be anything. Depends on your parameter, the constructor will get overloaded. That concept also will come into picture. Overloading is a separate concept. Overriding is a separate concept. Okay. So here, super is one more keyword we are seeing here. So I am trying to call the superclass constructor using super is the keyword. It is a reserved word. You cannot define it for any of your member variable. Okay. So all this concept you have to understand it. And then we are executing it. And then we are seeing what is happening here. Let us see that example one by one. Okay. So we saw abstract class shape, data variable is a color. Our method abstract double area is the method. I'm not defining here. I'm defining here. Okay. And I have an toString method. I mean, just for defining, just for trying to understand it. Okay. So here also this method is an abstract method. Okay. Why this method has been written? This is the actual method. This is for trying to understand it. Okay. What does that toString does? Okay. And this is about our constructor. Okay. And here we are assigning our variable value. Okay. This is the variable data member. To the data member, I am assigning my value from my subclass. Right. And then here it's a concrete method. I am defining it. Get color. From this local variable, I am passing my value to the child class get color. Okay, in child class, what I am doing, I have a constructor here and a variable here similar to color. I have a radius, right? I have a circle as a constructor and I am passing two parameters. Within that, I am calling my constructor, passing my color to my parent class. And then again, I am assigning my value here to my local class. right? And then I am overriding this particular parent class method where it was defined as an abstract. Okay. And then this toString method, what I am trying to do, I am trying to put my get color because I assigned here. I want to get my color and to call my area value. The method value, what is the calculated value? It is going to return here. For that only, I have defined this particular method. And here what I am going to do, forget about rectangle class. Shape is my parent class, right? In that I'm creating a constructor and passing my child class, right? And what it is required, it has two parameters in the circle, color and radius. So I am passing my color red and my radius. Okay, so I'm not creating a constructor for shape. Instead of that, creating a constructor, creating an object for shape and passing my child class, not my parent class. Okay, and then I am printing it. Okay, don't get confused. Go through this code, forget about rectangle. First, try to understand what is this circle is doing and what is this shape is doing. So, trying to understand the inheritance concept here. Okay, so we saw encapsulation and then abstraction with, I mean, too many complex concepts came into picture, right? And then we are going to see inheritance, but deep dive will be a separate session itself. What is an inheritance, right? So inheritance can be defined as a process where we acquire the properties, right? So the method and fields, right? As I said, I am a parent. I will be having some of my behavior characteristics of my father or mother. That is called an inheritance. So here in this above concept also we saw like shape is a class. From that I am defining the method in my subclass rectangle or circle. Okay. So inherit the properties of the other class in the derived class, right? So derived class or child class we call it as, and then super class or base class or parent class we will call. Okay. So the shape is base or parent class. The rectangle or circle is derived or child class. Any name you can give. So you can say like derived class or child class. Okay. I'll say like maybe parent class you say for your super class. Okay. And extends is the keyword you have to use here. Okay. Interface, you can do multiple one, for example, super one, super two and all. But in the abstract class, you can extend only one. It won't allow extend super one, super two and all, that will not allow. Okay. If it is an interface, you can have implement super one, super two. But if it is an abstract class, extends only one super. Okay, not multiple. Okay. So that is one more concept you have to understand. Okay, so here we will see about like what are the advantages of going through this particular different concepts. Okay, so Java, why we are considering Java? What do you mean by object oriented? What is secured, robust, platform independent, multi-threading? All these concepts we'll see. Okay, so Java is a simple programming language and easy to understand it. Maybe initial stage it will be a little bit complex, but when you try to understand and then code, it will be easy. Okay, and it uses garbage collection. So what do you mean by garbage collection? Like for example, we are talking about object creation and everything. So how long the memory will be created by our JVM, right? So in C++, right, there is a separate concept called memory deallocation. So what do you mean by that? For example, like from 7 to 8:30, you have a Java full stack session. Okay. When you will be free after 7 to 8:30 only, you will be free. Till that 7 to 8:30 time frame, you will be assigned to this particular full stack developer course, right? So when when you reach that particular time frame 8:30, you are free. You don't have any work or any assignment to listen to this conversation. So that is called a garbage collection. So unused object will be removed. After 8:30, your memory will be free, right? You are not listening at all. You are doing something. You are taking food or coffee or watching TV or whatever. But 7 to 8:30, your concentration is on listening to my lecture. Okay. So after 8:30, your mind is clean, right? You are not listening at all. So that is the concept. Here we call it as a garbage collection, cleaning up the memory. Okay. So that concept also, it's a separate concept, how we can enforce it. But even whether you do the cleanup or not, JVM, Java JVM itself will take care about garbage collection, how it is going to clean it. In C++, we have to we have to do the garbage collection. Whereas in the case of Java, the garbage collection, the cleaning up of memory, it will be taken care by JVM itself. That is the main advantage of going for Java garbage collection. Okay, and the next concept is about the object oriented. So we have seen about multiple concepts yesterday and today, the encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, inheritance, and everything. We have not seen deep dive into polymorphism or inheritance, but some level in high level we saw it, like what is an override and all, right? So that is the polymorphism, kind of. Maybe we'll deep dive into it. Okay, and we saw encapsulation and abstraction, right? So those are the main concept of object oriented. And then secured, right? So we have different data member access like private, public, and all, and then package we are talking about, and then we are talking about encapsulation. With all these concept, right, we are not going to give a permission for the other people to access it. So that's how it is. The it is security is there. Okay. And the next concept is about robust. So the memory management will be handled with the concept called garbage collection. So system.gc, there is a method, if you invoke it, it will clean up the memory. But Java does not enforce us to do it because we don't know when the object will be cleaned up. So they say from the Java world, they say like don't do a memory collection from your manual method because it will have some other impact. So JVM itself will take care. And then the next feature is platform independent. Right? What is platform independent? We can write the code in one platform, in one operating system, and then run that program in any of the other machine, target machine where there is a JRE or JVM is installed. And you can run your code using the bytecode, the class file it has been generated. And multi-threading. This concept is also very much important. Some of the other organization in IT industry, they prefer especially this code, multi-threading concept, you know or not. Because, for example, you consider a stock market. Okay. So I want to buy 100 stocks. But in stock market, out of 100 stocks, some of the people are selling only 50 shares out of 100. Okay. So, but what is your request? You are telling, like Sophia is telling, I want to buy 100 stocks of TCS. Okay. But what is the available stock? Only 50. Okay. So Sophia request will be on hold or what? No, we cannot put her request on hold. So let's see, like I can create a thread. Let's see, like out of 100, let us get 50 stocks of TCS right now. And the other thread will go and check like when that 50, another 50 TCS stocks will be free. So that I can assign that 50 stocks to Sophia. Okay. So that is called a multi-threading. It will create a multiple thread under Sophia. 2 or 3 people will be working to get 100 stocks. One person got 50 stock, other 2% or 3% or whatever. They are waiting for to acquire another 50 stocks for Sophia from TCS. That is called a multi-threading concept. The other way I can explain you is, for example, there are 100 chairs. Okay, we have to assemble it. Okay, if Dinesh is going and then assembling, arranging that 100 chairs. How much time it will take for him to do it? Maybe approximately it will take 1 hour. Okay. If it is similar to Dinesh or Lokesh, if instead of one person, if we have 100%, not 100%, maybe 10%, right? So one person, he took around 1 hour to arrange 100 chairs. If it is 5 people, it will take only 20 minutes to arrange it. Okay. So that way we are doing a performance tuning, right? So instead of wasting 1 hour of time, if I given that particular task to 5 people, then we are handling the particular task within 20 minutes. We are saving around how many? 40 minutes, right? So with the help of multi-threading concept, we can increase our performance, right? What are the features? Object oriented in nature, very simple, secured, platform independent, robust, right? Memory collections are there, secured through multiple ways, right? Using your data member, encapsulation and everything. Portability, I mean, you can run it anywhere. Architectural neutral, where you can write the code using and then plug in with a different third-party API, dynamic, whenever you want to do it, you are defining your abstract class, interpreted, you compile and then run it. High performance using this multi-threaded environment. Okay, multi-threaded and then distributed in the sense using a multi-threading concept, I can have multiple people can access it, right? And we have other concepts, hoops concept. Class and object is there, encapsulation is there, getters and setters to interact with our database, inheritance concept, abstract and interface, constructor, deconstructor, right? So we saw constructor, but we have not deep dive into it. Polymorphism, how we can use it using overloading, overriding, association, aggregation, composition. These are all basic concepts which will come in SQL also. Static classes for memory management, whether you want to create an object or not. For static, we don't need to create an object. Access modifiers like private, public, protected, method and attributes. So methods will be having it and attributes is about our data member who access the particular method, delegated. For example, you have an abstract class. In your child class, you are going to delegate how you are going to define it. Generics, the main feature, where there is a type safety will enforce it. So these are all different concepts in deep dive we'll see in the upcoming session.